Hey Star Wars fans, welcome back to the channel. Elvis here with another helmet make, and today we're looking at this Gar Saxon helmet that I made from the Clone Wars. So this is an STL file from Galactic Armory. Like I said, it's from the Clone Wars, so it is the animated version with the big giant horns. You can find the other Mandalorian helmets from Ahsoka as well, which are super cool. I plan to do one of those one day, but this is the animated version of it. From Season 7 of the Clone Wars, which was the Siege of Mandalore episode. And so Gar Saxon served in Maul's Shadow Collective, and he was the commander of the Mandalorian Super Commandos. He was kind of a badass too. But yes, he was in the Clone Wars, and then he was also in Rebels, and he was the leader of the Imperial Super Commandos because they were serving the Empire at that point. But yeah, so what's funny is I've already made that helmet, kind of. This helmet right here, my Brodalorian helmet, is a Imperial Super Commando helmet. So yeah, I have Clone Wars and kind of the Rebels one. But anyway, one other connection to stuff behind me I just thought of is Baylan Skoll. So Baylan Skoll was played by the late, great Ray Stevenson. And Ray Stevenson also voiced the character of Gar Saxon. So he voiced this character and that one, and then, played Baylan and Ahsoka. So anyway, history lesson on Gar Saxon, I guess. Let's go ahead and get started. Everyone's like, shut up, Elvis, just make the helmet. Let me see. Here we go. So you can see it's already in black vinyl primer, and in fact, it's been like that for a really long time. I started this project, wow, I don't even remember, a year and a half ago, maybe. Funny enough, I was just watching my Praetorian video, which is the video that I always tell people if you want to, learn how I finish my props and get rid of 3D print lines, go watch my Praetorian video. And in the background of the Praetorian video is this helmet in final primer, and that was loaded over a year ago. So anyway, yeah, I've had this a long time. Just was always on the back burner when I was working on projects for other people. But so I wanted this helmet to have lots of exposed chrome or, Beskar looking areas. So what I did is I used my airbrush and put Alumoluster in lots of little patches around the helmet. And then I went over those with masking fluid or liquid latex. Some people use mustard. Masking fluid's the way to go. My first layer of this I did with liquid latex, and then I ended up buying some masking fluid, and that just, it peels away so much nicer, the masking fluid. So anyway, after you're done putting that in the areas where you want the chrome to show through, my best advice is to use your primer color and spray over that. So what we're doing here is we're just painting the helmet black again, but what this will do is give us really clean lines where we peel off the masking later. It's like the paint kind of seals up to the edge of where the masking is and gives you a really nice clean line. Speaking of masking, let's mask out the red design on this helmet. So I followed the lines on the bottom half, so that was a little bit easier. But on the top half is, where you had to try to make it symmetrical, and there was nothing to align those lines to. What I ended up doing was I took a piece of tape and I measured out a tick mark like every inch or so, and then put that on the front of the helmet, and there it is right there. But that way, at least I had something to put the tape to and kind of measure where it needed to be. So anyway, that helped. And then again, we have new masking down, so let's go paint the helmet one more time. And that's going to make nice clean lines when we pull the masking off later. And then we put on our red paint. I ended up running out of paint after one coat, and it really needed a second coat. This paint was kind of dark and almost like a dark cherry color. So I had some really bright red acrylic paint, just mixed it up and put it in a spray gun, and I gave it some red, brighter highlights in that paint, which looked really nice. And then this kind of sells the effect here. So next up, I grabbed some black acrylic paint, put it in my airbrush, and I just very lightly dusted all of the edges of the masking tape. And this is going to look really nice later, because when we peel it off, it's going to have kind of like this weathered look to the red. So as it gets closer to the edge, it's going to be kind of this darker weathered look. That's all done here, so now it's time to pull off the masking tape. And this is for my buddy Chris. He said he likes watching taking the masking tape off, so I'm just going to shut up and let you all watch me peel tape off this thing. And after the tape was all off, it was time to remove that masking fluid. So you can see I just kind of pressed hard with my thumb and just kind of like moved it in circular motions, and that would peel all of that liquid latex and the masking fluid off. And it really gave it a nice effect, just that silver with a little bit of a black edge to it, and then in the red it, you know, kind of gives it that multi-layered look. And then just to seal this all before I go into weathering, I gave it a satin finish acrylic clear coat on it. So if I messed up anything on the weathering later, it's kind of sealed and protected, so I won't have to worry about wiping anything off. And then we get into making these horns. So I had actually already done the horns, but they were far from perfect. So I decided to sand these all down and do them again. Pretty simple process. You can see, you know, finishing these here. I did the filler primer, and then the black primer, and then clear coated them. So right here I'm mixing up a little bit of my 2K clear coat. But the idea is just get these to the highest gloss black that you can. Because later, here, when we put Alumoluster on these things, I just love how fast this changes, watch. From black to chrome in just 2 sprays. Pretty amazing, huh? I love this Alumoluster product, it's really nice. But yeah, the Alumoluster looks best over gloss black, so you want to get them as glossy black as you can before you spray them with Alumoluster. Assembly, I just used super glue and a little bit of an accelerator. And our Gar Saxon's done. I tried to do the weathering live on Instagram. It didn't work very well, but I'll go ahead and leave this audio in of me talking to Instagram.
Nice. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's do it heavier. You guys able to even see what I'm doing here? Probably not, huh? I should have thought about that when I was weathering. I was like, you know what? I wonder if people will even be able to see little stuff that I do. Like, I'm gonna try to get up close. Maybe if I got a light on, how about that? Does that help at all? You can see all that weathering, little brown spots in the corner. Suppose not so much, huh? Terrible idea for a live.
But yeah, so I just used alcohol inks to weather this. I used some browns, some blacks, and some rust colors. But yeah, just I used the rust around the exposed chrome pieces or the horns, and then the brown and caramel colors around everywhere else, just to kind of make it look weathered and dirty. But last up was the earpieces, and for these you follow the same process for Alumoluster. You do them in a really high gloss black, and then spray them with Alumoluster. And you would normally clear coat this to make it chrome, but so what I did is I mixed in a little bit of gold into the clear coat, and you go over these a couple times and turns that Alumoluster gold. thought gold would be a good choice because I wanted it to match the visor. And you can see I have a little bit of video of making the visor here, but it didn't go really well. In fact, I need to redo it again. But anyway, I wanted to mention that Galactic Armory has that template piece, which is kind of helpful for cutting out the gold. But yeah, on mine, like if I get up real close, you're going to be able to see some bubbles and stuff in my tint. Yeah, it didn't go the greatest, so I just need to order more tint and do it again, but don't judge the tint. But yeah, so let's just take a couple close looks at this. So you can see those pieces that have the chrome underneath, the black edges to it from the double masking, and then I did some of that rust color in there as well. I can't see. Did some of that rust color as well, and then I think this one up here, yeah, this one's got a lot of it. But yeah, so I wanted the paint to have that nice chipped, cracked look to it, and did some of the masking up here in the red as well. And then the whole helmet is just kind of dirty. This has been in the shop for, I don't know, a month like this now, and it's just kind of collected dust and dirt and paint from other projects that I've worked on. But yeah, it's just kind of nasty. But then I also have all of that weathering on it from the alcohol weathering on the orange and things. But yeah, anyway. Here's the Gar Saxon helmet. What do you guys think? So yeah, well, I guess we'll leave it at that. Very, very happy with how this turned out. Leave a comment. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want me to do next, and yeah, we'll make another YouTube video. But hey, thanks you all. May the force be with you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.